Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new NVIDIA daily update video. So today, as per usual, let's go over NVIDIA. Let's talk about what happened and what we can expect moving forward. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor, but again, I do have a YouTube membership where again, I share all my posts, updates, technical analysis, options flow, etc. on in Tesla, NVIDIA, and also other stocks as well. So definitely check it out. That link is below in the description of every single video. If you're interested, of course, for $3 a month. That's all it is for the first tier, which includes all my Tesla updates. $5 a month also includes NVIDIA and Tesla. $7 a month includes Tesla and NVIDIA, of course, plus non-Tesla, non-NVIDIA charts that I share when I see something worth sharing, of course. And on top of that, I do chart requests with members every single weekend over on Discord. So we'd love to have you there. Again, I'm not trying to make the price something crazy expensive, just some level of entry fee to eliminate trolls, eliminate just honestly annoying people, to be completely honest with you. And yeah, that's all it is. But anyway, jumping into it, NVIDIA closing the day up with a humble 0.6% on the day, slightly underperforming the market today. But nonetheless, it's continuing to do pretty much the same thing it has been doing for a very, 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 very long time. And that is, of course, well, not only taking previous resistance and turning it into support, which is exactly what it did here today. I mean, I mentioned this yesterday, right? We did this exact same thing. Now that I look at this, it looks like a megaphone pattern, actually. I need to look at that one more time in the 1 hour. But yeah, like I said, it's just taking this 180, 179-ish region I kept talking about over and over and over. And what is it doing? Well, it's taking that region, and it's for the past pretty much 4 days now, actually turning it into support. Pretty simple stuff, right? Just continues doing that. I even told my members about this pretty much as it was happening. Let me show you an example of that. This one right here. So actually for Tesla as well. So these are the two posts I did as it was happening 6 hours ago, right in the morning. NVIDIA sitting right at the key 179 to 180 support level plus a 9 EMA. Lots of things that key support here this morning. Let's see if the bulls show up, right? And this is exactly where it was, 179 and 59. That might have been like the bottom, actually. Actually, it was literally the bottom. And same with Tesla, right? Same with Tesla when it was, retesting that range. I also posted it's pretty much retesting this range, guys. It needs to hold here, but this is the place for bulls to show up. And they did for both, right? They did for both. You can see Tesla, of course, bounce off of there as well. So again, I constantly share these kind of things with members. But the point is, well, it held. Not only did it hold that support range, but it also held, well, the 9 exponential moving average once again. If you combine the two, that's a lot of support sitting there for a stock that's been very, very, what the hell's going on? Very, very bullish for a very, very long time, right? So let's see how this continues, right? Let's see how this continues. Again, it's pretty simple in my opinion. As long as 179 to 180 continues holding, the bulls are completely in control here. And especially if we can get a gap up, that'll be the ideal scenario. Usually the cheat code, this is something that most people don't understand or know. One of the cheat codes in the stock market for a stock to break above, a key resistance or break below a key support, gap up or gap down. That's usually the kind of like a cheat code in the market. And often than not, because, let's just say there's a massive area of resistance that everyone's looking for. For instance, as an example, Apple's a pretty good example, actually. I actually missed this move, unfortunately. But for instance, here on Apple, right? Just to demonstrate a point, massive area of resistance right around this 215 area. And what did it do? It pretty much gapped right above it, and then it went. Stocks like to do this sometimes above a key resistance level in this case, right? So, if NVIDIA can do something like that on a smaller scale, of course, but nonetheless, something similar, that would help a bit, right? Which if we jump to the 1 hour time frame, that would essentially be a kind of a gap up here to like, let's say 184 and change or something like that, come back, retest, go higher. Plain and simple. And that's kind of what, would be an easier way to break above this level and look pretty solid moving towards earnings. But again, to me right now, NVIDIA is a very simple strategy. It's a very simple situation, I guess you can say. Above 179 to 180, it is still bullish, and especially if we start breaking above and holding above 183, roughly 183, give or take, of course, 183 to 184. Even more bullish, of course. That is pretty much what actually unlocks that continuation higher and move closer towards, like I said, the low 190s, right? So let's continue monitoring this. But again, this stock has been pretty much unbeatable. It's been an absolute powerhouse. It continues to be a powerhouse. And I see no reason to think that it's going to stop yet. Like I said, at some point it will, but we're not seeing any blatant, it's getting very dark outside. It's about to rain. It's not showing any signs of that stopping just yet. It will at some points, and obviously if I see something, I'll let you know, but so far, the music is still playing, we continue dancing. So that's what I'll be looking for, and like I said, my target to the upside once 183/184 is not only claimed by the bulls, but also turned to support, is going to be a move towards, like I said, the low 190s. Probably, maybe even into earnings. Best case scenario, this really just continues going. We can, into earnings, maybe get almost to $200 per share, which honestly, it almost feels like an anime show. Like it feels destined for 200. That is like bull case scenario. My base bull case scenario, though, is the low 190s. If it happens pretty quick, we'll get to low 190s, 192, 193. Honestly, maybe early next week, potentially, especially if we get this breakout sooner than later. But my bull case, short term, of course, into earnings, 200, very close to 200, which is essentially going to be something that looks like this. Probably get a nice little rejection, kind of like what we did here. Boom, rejection, and we continue like stair stepping up. So we could do something like this, reject, and then make our way higher like this into earnings, tap close to $200 per share, and then from there, it's anyone's guess, of course, right? It's anyone's guess. But overall, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Final thing to talk about is, of course, the weekly time frame. Like I said, one major flag I'm watching for, the warning flag, I should say, I'm watching for on the weekly time frame that could be a bit of a concern is, well, like I said, the SMI is already overbought, pretty overbought actually. It's been like that for a while, but a lower high on the MACD histogram is a concern if we were to get that. Now, we're slowly showing signs of that right here, right now, though it's pretty much equal to last week. But if we get that early, maybe, I don't know, starting tomorrow or Thursday breakout and start heading towards the low 190s, this will print yet another higher low and it will give NVIDIA easily more time to rally into earnings. But until I see a lower high on the MACD histogram combined with what is already an elevated SMI, I see no reason to be concerned either here on the larger time frame as well. So all in all, easiest thing to put it, above 179 to 180, NVIDIA is bullish. Break above 183 to 184, I see at least the low 190s pretty quickly. And then, of course, I see closer to 200 into earnings if we continue pretty much doing this exact same pattern that we did here that looks something like this. I think that's pretty much it. There's not much else to say. So let's continue monitoring. Let's see what happens. And I think that's pretty much it. Options flow, of course. Let's take a look at options flow very quickly. See if there's anything worth mentioning here. As you can see, it's a very green looking screen, right? Very much green. I mean, the bulls, like I said, they're still dominating. They're still dominating. And it's okay. There's a lot of bullish flow here, actually, but these are all leaps. I don't really care about leaps. 2027. This is 2026, 2027. So, I mean, bulls are definitely buying leaps. That's, I mean, I'm sure people are bullish on NVIDIA long term, but we don't care about leaps, right? We care about, shorter term, right? Like maybe next week, 2 weeks, month, maybe 2 months, right? That's what we care about. All in all, it's a bullish flow. It's very, very green. You can see some, some hints of bearishness in between, of course, but for the most part, you can see 40 million bullish call flow, and then, of course, only about 5 million bearish put flow. So the bulls are still dominating. But the thing that I don't see on NVIDIA is I don't see anything that's like alarmingly bullish. I see just standard bullish flow, which is probably why the stock isn't just like rocketing up. It's just slowly but surely, just slowly grinding its way up. That's probably because we're not seeing like crazy bullish flow in the sense that like something really crazy or urgent or, unusual, I should say. We're just seeing standard, consistent bullish flow, just very, very, very standard. I mean, the stock is 4.5 trillion. So there's a lot of luggage here to carry up higher and higher and higher. But that's probably why it's happening. So anyways, that's kind of what I got for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.